The Cuban Missile Crisis. Cuba, 1958. Fidel Castro has just overthrown the Batista government and declared himself the president for life. Castro's nationalization policies alienate U.S. businessmen. In retaliation, the U.S. issues sanctions against Cuba. Realizing Castro's communist intentions, the United States used the CIA to train and carry out a coup against the Castro government. The plan was to train Cuban exiles and land them along the Bay of Pigs using U.S.-supplied aircraft. Exiles would lead an overthrow of Castro, but in April of 1961, this plan fails. Cuban exiles landed there, but were crushed by the Cuban Army and Air Force. Captured exiles revealed the U.S. backing of the coup, and Castro went to the Soviet Union for military and economic support. The Soviet Union saw Castro's gesture as a way to expand the Cold War into the Western Hemisphere and to throw U.S. strategic planners off their game. 1962. Castro allowed the installation of medium-range nuclear missiles on Cuba. This was also strategic placement to shorten the time that the Soviet missiles would have to reach U.S. targets. When the missiles were discovered, the Kennedy administration ordered a naval blockade on Cuba rather than a direct military strike on the missiles. The president feared that such an attack would escalate into an all-out nuclear war with the Soviets. As nuclear warheads made their way to Cuba on Soviet ships, the Soviet Union agreed to withdraw its missiles from Cuba if the United States would secretly withdraw its missiles from Turkey and pledge not to invade Cuba. Both sides agreed, and the crisis was concluded after 13 days of uncertainty. President Kennedy emerged from the crisis with renewed public confidence after the missteps of the Bay of Pigs had hurt his approval ratings the years before. Some questions to think about. How might the crisis have ended differently? How would you react if you were in Kennedy's position? What was public opinion like during the crisis?